Hello, I am Idalia, and this is about the writing Civil Disobedience, written by Henry David Thoreau. In 1949, Thoreau published this essay, which has been read and read by generations of social fighters. From the start, the name already tells us all about civil disobedience. But what is this? Civil disobedience is the most basic act of resistance. And it is the act of telling the authority, "You are not my authority." The mentioned author begins civil disobedience by forcefully stating the best government is the one that governs the least. It is more, the best government is the one that does not govern and, in certain sense, leaves its inhabitants in peace. Therefore, when a government oppresses its citizens, they not only have the possibility but also the obligation to resist. Two central examples of the social problems that can be caused by bad government are the enslavement of blacks in the United States and the concluded war against Mexico, which Thoreau describes as unfair. Moreover, the author thinks that a government that blindly applies the decision of the majority may violate the rights of the minority. For example, soldiers who are sent to war are rarely asked for their opinion. They march against their own interest, becoming into machines that serve the state with their bodies. In the case of slavery, Thoreau declares that he cannot recognize as his government one who is slaveholder. Every citizen has the right to insurrection, especially when a country is being invaded. He says that a person that tolerates slavery and war against a country like Mexico is a person that perishes morally. In both cases, it is imperative to enforce justice. For Thoreau, elections do not solve these problems because voters do not deal after the law prevails. Voting, even for the candidate who proposed the right thing, is not the same as doing something to make it happen. Lastly, Thoreau refused to pay taxes for 6 years and was therefore imprisoned and locked in a cell until an unknown person paid his debt anonymously. In prison, Thoreau said that he felt more free than all the other citizens outside and that he was the only one who paid his taxes. The author is not against taxes in general. He has become known as the libertarians for this refusal to pay taxes, believing that tax is a form of theft and a form of state violence. Although he says that he is not against all taxes, he is against the taxes that act against the freedom of other people, against the rights of other people and other status. Besides, he is against the taxes that going to finance the war, and they are going to finance the weapons. On the other hand, he disagrees that taxes that finance the roads that he occupies and the schools in which the people are educated. Thus, he is not against all kinds of taxes. The rulers only have power when the ruled allow that power to exist. But when the ruled rebel against this compulsing power, the power vanishes. The citizens who practice civil disobedience exercises his freedom of expression, looking for conveying a message of accusation against the unfair law. Besides, they exercise their freedom of conscience, since the law collides with their most elemental ethical principles, and they feel the moral need to fight it, since standing still in the face of injustice is incompatible with their conscience. In closing, every time the law unfairly invades and violates human rights, citizens have the right to demand them, and the use of civil disobedience is justified based on the exercise of the rights of freedom of conscience, freedom of expression, and political participation.